These are meerkats, a species of African mongoose that lives in groups of 3 to 30 individuals and work together to survive and raise their young. They eat mostly insects and some reptiles. To get this food, they forage close together with their heads down, scratching at the ground or digging holes up to 30 centimeters deep. When you have your head in the sand, it can be hard to spot predators, and in the arid areas of southern Africa where meerkats live, there is no shortage of carnivores, on the ground and in the air, looking for a meal. On the other hand, if a meerkat were to spend all of their time watching for predators instead of eating, they would likely go hungry. Having members of the group take turns at being on lookout solves this problem. As they forage, meerkats will occasionally stop and look around, checking for threats. When they do this, they make a special noise to let the rest of the group know. This lets them focus on feeding and perform their own checks less frequently. As they scour the landscape for tasty morsels, the most food is found at the front of the group, but this is also where the greatest threat from predators is. Young meerkats tend to stick to the back of the group, where they can benefit from the vigilance of the more experienced individuals. This meerkat has a very important job. It is on sentinel duty, looking out for predators while the rest of the group looks for food. A little over half the time, meerkats have a raised guard who sits atop a mound or on a tree branch for an extended period, focused solely on looking for predators. The sentinel uses calls to tell the rest of the group that they are on the lookout, so they don't have to worry about doing their own checks. Each sentinel has its own call that other members of the group can recognize. Not all sentinels are trusted equally. Meerkats are usually more relaxed when it's one of their litter mates or a more experienced sentinel on duty. When danger is sighted, the sentinel will use an alarm call to warn the rest of the group, causing them to run to their burrow. Sentinels will use at least 6 different call types to inform group members of the level of danger, and group members respond to these by running for cover or altering their own level of vigilance according to what type of threat has been seen. For a long time it was thought that the raised position of sentinels placed them in the way of danger, raising questions about how a behaviour that puts them at risk could have evolved. It may be because helping group members, who are usually closely related and carry most of the same genes, provides an evolutionary benefit that outweighs the risks associated with being on guard. Alternatively, sentinels may be safer than others, because they are usually the first to spot danger and stay close to the entrance of the burrow. It may be the case that sentinel behaviour is actually quite selfish, and once meerkats are well fed, they choose to go on lookout because it is safer than continuing to forage. Both mechanisms may partly be responsible for the evolution of raised guarding, but regardless of how it came to be, sentinel behaviour has allowed meerkats to thrive in harsh, predator-rich environments, and is a terrific example of animal cooperation.